Hey friends, did you know that 86% of people in Singapore feel stressed out right now? And guess what? 15% are struggling to cope. And it was revealed that the factors contributing to this problem largely have to do with money. Shocking, right? But here's the thing. This isn't just a Singapore problem. Stress, burnout, and financial struggles are hitting people all over the world, including you watching this right now. But don't worry, today we're not just here to talk about the problems. We're going to fix them together. I'll share real-life examples, practical tips, and powerful strategies to help you overcome stress, handle your finances better, and start building a future you can actually enjoy. Before we dive in, do me a favor, smash that like button and hit subscribe. Not only does it support this channel, but it also tells the YouTube algorithm to share this video with others who desperately need it. So let's help each other thrive. Ready? Let's jump in. Chapter 1. Well-being Report by insurance firm Cigna Singapore. Singapore's well-being scores are alarmingly low compared to Asia-Pacific and global averages, especially in financial well-being, with only 20% of Singaporeans feeling confident about their finances or ability to manage medical costs. Some groups are particularly vulnerable. Women, singles, and those not working have the poorest financial well-being. Gen Z, aged 18 to 24, are the most stressed, with 95% feeling overwhelmed and many struggling emotionally. 51% report becoming more emotional, and 50% admit to feeling depressed. Burnout is widespread, with 95% of Singaporeans feeling it, and Gen Z facing symptoms like procrastination and self-doubt. These statistics highlight the urgent need for better financial planning, emotional resilience, and strategies to manage stress and burnout. Chapter 2. Overwhelming stress levels. Let's talk about stress. No surprise, it's everywhere. The survey found that a staggering 86% of people in Singapore feel stressed, and 15% are struggling to cope. But this isn't just a Singapore issue, it's global. Stress doesn't discriminate, but the way we handle it can make all the difference. Let's look at Jasmine, a 24-year-old from Melbourne, Australia. She was overwhelmed trying to juggle a full-time job and part-time studies. On top of that, her constant worry about running out of money left her sleepless most nights. Instead of letting stress consume her, Jasmine decided to take control in small, manageable ways. Her first step: creating a stress journal. Every day, she spent 5 minutes jotting down what was bothering her and pairing each stressor with one action she could take to address it. For example, her fear of unexpected expenses led her to start tracking her daily spending. She noticed little habits, like unnecessary food delivery orders, that were eating into her budget. Then she set a small goal: save just $5 a day. It seemed minor, but after 3 months, that habit grew into a $450 emergency fund. This small buffer helped her stop panicking about surprise expenses. With the confidence she gained from building financial control, Jasmine started investing in Dividend stocks to create long-term growth. The result? Less stress, better sleep, and a growing sense of confidence in her ability to manage life's curveballs. How do you manage your stress? Could setting small financial goals, like Jasmine did, help you feel more in control? Drop your tips in the comments. Chapter 3. Rising Costs of Living. The cost of living is skyrocketing. Fuel, utilities, groceries, housing, you name it. It feels like everything is outpacing our paychecks. So how do we cope? The answer lies in taking control by focusing on what's essential and trimming what isn't. Take Priscilla from Vancouver, Canada as an example. Priscilla, a 34-year-old teacher, felt the squeeze when her grocery and utility bills nearly doubled in a year. She decided to take on a 30-day essentials challenge. For 1 month, she tracked every dollar she spent and categorized it as either essential or optional. What did she discover? She was spending $250 a month on premium coffee subscriptions and last-minute food deliveries. She swapped her coffee deliveries for brewing her own lattes at home and started meal prepping every Sunday. With just these changes, Priscilla saved over $300 that month. But she didn't stop there. Priscilla took that $300 and invested it in a Dividend stock ETF. Over the next 6 months, her investments began to generate small but consistent passive income. Now, Priscilla not only has a tighter grip on her expenses, but also feels more prepared for future price hikes. How are rising costs affecting you? Have you tried creative ways like Priscilla's 30-day challenge to cut back? Share your strategies in the comments. We'd love to hear them. Chapter 4. Financial Security Concerns. Financial security feels like a distant dream for many, with only 20% of Singaporeans feeling confident about their financial situation. Women, singles, and those not working are particularly vulnerable, a reality many can relate to globally. So how do we move from financial insecurity to confidence? Let's take Candy, a 32-year-old teacher in Florida, U.S. A few years ago, Candy often worried about unexpected expenses, like car repairs or medical bills, because she lived paycheck to paycheck. Feeling stuck, she decided to tackle her insecurity one small step at a time. Her first move? Starting a micro-savings habit. She automated $50 from each paycheck into a high-interest savings account, calling it her peace of mind fund. This simple step gave her a small cushion for emergencies. Next, Candy began educating herself on investing. She started with a beginner-friendly Dividend stock ETF, contributing just $100 a month. Over 2 years, her portfolio grew, and she now receives small but consistent dividends, a steady cash flow that adds a layer of security to her finances. Emily says the biggest change wasn't just her bank balance, it was her mindset. By taking control of her finances, she stopped feeling helpless and started feeling empowered. Do you have a system like Candy's to build financial security, whether it's saving, investing, or both? What's your biggest financial worry right now, and how are you planning to tackle it? Let us know in the comments. Chapter 5. Burnout Epidemic. The burnout struggle is real, with a staggering 95% of people feeling it, and Gen Z is feeling it the most. Burnout can leave you drained, unmotivated, and stuck in a cycle of stress. But what can we do to break free? Meet Mei Chin, a 26-year-old marketing professional from Singapore. She was constantly juggling tight deadlines, late-night emails, and the pressure to overperform at work. By the time Friday rolled around, she was too exhausted to enjoy her weekends. Mei Chin's turning point came when she realized burnout wasn't just about overworking. It was about a lack of balance. She decided to make a few changes. 1. Micro breaks for mental resets. Every 2 hours, Mei Chin stepped away from her desk for 5 to 10 minutes. Whether it was a short walk, a quick stretch, or simply sipping coffee without her phone, these breaks helped her reset her focus. 2. Setting work boundaries. Mei Chin created a hard stop at 7 p.m. for work and stopped checking emails after that. It wasn't easy, but over time, her team respected her boundaries. 3. Building financial progress. Mei Chin realized financial insecurity was fueling her stress, so she started saving 10% of her income and investing in blue-chip Dividend stocks. Seeing her investments grow gave her a sense of purpose and reminded her that she was working toward financial independence, not just running on a hamster wheel. Mei Chin says these changes didn't eliminate stress overnight, but they gave her control over her time and energy, making burnout more manageable. Do you think setting boundaries or taking micro breaks could help with burnout? What's one small step you can take today to create balance in your life? Share your ideas in the comments. Chapter 6. Hybrid, Remote Work Challenges. Hybrid work was supposed to bring balance and freedom, but for many, it's leading to isolation and even more stress. Sound familiar? You're not alone. Let's take an example from the UK. Meet Chloe, a 29-year-old graphic designer from Manchester. She loved the flexibility of remote work at first, but over time, she began to feel disconnected, unmotivated, and even lonelier than before. On top of that, working from home blurred the lines between her job and personal life, leaving her feeling always on. Chloe decided to tackle the problem head-on. 1. Reclaiming social interaction. Once a week, Chloe joined a local co-working space. Being surrounded by other professionals gave her the face-to-face interaction she missed, sparking new ideas and boosting her energy. She even joined a lunchtime running club there, which doubled as a great way to de-stress. 2. Setting clear work zone. Chloe designated a specific corner of her flat as her work zone and stuck to working there during set hours. This simple step helped her mentally switch off after hours and enjoy her personal time. 3. Finding financial balance. Remote work saved Chloe money on commuting, but she realized she was wasting cash on unused app subscriptions. She used a budgeting app to track her spending and cut back on unnecessary expenses. The money she saved, she started investing it in dividend-paying ETFs. Over time, this created a small but steady stream of passive income, giving her more financial confidence. Today, Chloe feels more in control. She's got her work-life boundaries back, enjoys a supportive social environment, and is building toward her financial goals. Do you find hybrid or remote work isolating? What's one thing you've tried or could try to make it more balanced? Let us know in the comments. Chapter 7. Desire for Early Retirement. The survey revealed an eye-opening stat: 54% of people would rather retire earlier with less money than endure years of high-stress work. It's a dream that many of us share, but how can you make it a reality? Let's look at Rob, a 40-year-old IT consultant from Los Angeles, US, who's turning that dream into a plan. Rob had always envisioned retiring early to spend more time exploring US's beautiful outdoors. But like many, he worried about making his money last. So he adopted a two-part strategy. 1. Aggressive budgeting and savings. Rob tracked every dollar he spent for 3 months and identified areas to cut back. By reducing dining out, switching to a more affordable phone plan, and focusing on home-cooked meals, he freed up $600 per month to invest. 2. Investing in REITs for passive income. Rob did his research and started investing in REITs. These real estate investment trusts, REITs, allowed him to gain exposure to real estate without the hassle of owning property directly. The best part? They provided him with a steady stream of dividend income. Over time, Rob's REIT investments, combined with his growing dividend stock portfolio, began generating enough monthly cash flow to cover some of his living expenses. Knowing this, Rob has been able to downshift his workload and focus on achieving financial independence earlier than he ever thought possible. If you had the choice, would you prefer to retire earlier with less or work longer for greater financial security? What steps are you taking to move closer to your retirement goals? Let us know in the comments. Conclusion. These 6 points from the survey may seem overwhelming, but the good news is that each challenge can be tackled with simple, small changes. Mastering budgeting, saving, and investing, especially in cash flow-generating assets like dividend stocks, can truly be a game-changer for your financial future. Financial literacy isn't just a buzzword. It's the key to navigating today's stressful world and finding that much-needed peace of mind. Remember, financial security is a journey, and every small step counts. We're in this together, so drop your tips, stories, or struggles in the comments. Let's help each other out. What's one financial change you've made that's helped reduce stress in your life? If you found this helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on more tips and strategies for thriving in these challenging times. Stay empowered, and see you next time.